So I just logged into Twitter one day this week randomly, and like all lives matter was trending.
Oh
I'm
God.
like, why still? And it seemed like it was because some right wing, I think, congressperson tweeted something about, if all lives matters bothers you, then you're racist. And it actually triggered all of the hatred and bad energy in my body. It all like I went on like a tweet storm
Yeah.
about
Mm.
how, like, it started with how, the reason that term is offensive is because it is an inappropriate response to the term Black Lives Matter, because the term was born in context of black people being murdered uh, with impunity,
Right.
and that whole feeling like that we desperately want to discuss, and we say Black Lives Matter because we are often served a reality in which it doesn't feel like that's true. So, um, all lives matter is a really inappropriate response to that.
Indeed.
Um, and so my tweet storm kind of started with that, and then kind of went um, further into how a lot of the right wing strategy around dealing with issues is to separate a term from what it means, and put us in a situation where we're having a semantics argument rather
Yes.
than actually talking about the stuff that we're upset about. Like, they're so good at that, and it bothers me to no end. And so that's what I'm bitching about. I'm bitching about how we can't really talk about stuff because we have to talk about what words mean all the time.
For sure. And we're still here. And I feel like it's funny because like, I think even like a lot of like liberals or leftists or progressives, however they identify, will concede that yes, on all lives matter and the Black Lives Matter, like that it actually is a super benign slogan,
Hmm.
and that I think it was Michael Che who's like, just matters, doesn't, just matters, just here. Um, and Nato Green, who's often on the show, has a bit about it being like, look, this is how a conversation works, buddy. Like,
Right.
I say this is what's happening. You don't deny that. You just listen.
Right.
Um, but I think that we do the same thing with the defund the police thing, where it's like
Hmm.
we miss the point of that slogan, and people from all walks, whether it's the right or even the left, are like, nah, but it's a bad slogan. And you're like, well, okay, then, but what about the fucking idea
What
behind it?
about the actual problem with the police in the world that we're attempting to actually do something about? How about we talk about that part? But we can
Right.
never talk about that part
Because you
because
chose the wrong slogan, which to me is debatable whether it's the quote unquote wrong slogan. But even if I conceded that it was, it's like, well, okay, so we can't move past the
but
slogan.
the funny thing to me though is that, like, so with defund the police, at least that is a slogan in which making it controversial is kind of easy, right? But
Right.
like critical race theory,
Yeah.
it took some real acrobatics to make critical race theory into like a buzzword that like
So many think tanks. You can imagine like the ethnic studies professor when they first found out that it was trending, they were like, "Oh shit.
yes, so happy,
Yeah." And
so
then
happy, their life's work finally.
dawns on them. God damn it.
And it's like Lauren Boebert. It's like, no, no, no.
Yep.
uh,
Well,
that
it's a
so
good
that
thing to
that
bitch
bothers
about.
me. Yeah, that
To come
bothers me
back
a
to
lot.
Twitter and social media and realize it's still trash, and like,
Yeah, and
oh, we're
and,
still
and it's
here.
like to the point where I think Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, like that debate, that back and forth, that was like 5 years ago.
So old.
But it's still like a weapon to be used in the culture war,
Right.
and we still haven't talked about police brutality in a couple years. you
Right.
know?
Or just like lives in general
Yeah,
and protecting them, like living lives, not
right.
unliving lives,
Mm,
not the unborn, like
right.
kids in schools being gunned down. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuation room. Do it.